Welcome back everyone. I'm Bharat. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. In the previous video, we saw how to set up Glue locally within our Windows machine. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll leave the video link in the description box below. So in this video, we'll walk through how to add job parameters to our local Glue scripts or the jobs that we run locally. So let me open up the Jupyter notebook that we have set in the last video. So here let's create a new file. Let's rename it to something relevant to what we're doing today. So to read the parameters from the job, Glue has inbuilt method. So let's import that from AWS Glue.utils, import get resolved options. Okay, so this is the method that is responsible for reading the Glue job parameters. So firstly, let's try to read the arguments into a variable called args. Let's invoke this method. So this method demands two arguments. So the first one is the arguments itself, like from sys, let's import sys and pass in sys.argv. So this is the argument list, and next is a list of arguments that we want to read, or the parameters you can call it. So for now, let's keep it empty and see what this returns us. Let's run this first cell and the second one. So you might think we haven't passed any of the parameters or any of the list that we want to retrieve. So why is it returning all this? So by default, GlueJob identifies, or this method identifies these parameters that are by default set to, let's say, some of them are set to disabled and most of them are set to none. So these are the default parameters that this method identifies by default. And you can override them by passing the values to it. That's a different thing. But here you can see there's no GlueJob name. So firstly, let's try to add a GlueJob name and see how to retrieve it. So I'll add a cell here. Let me change its position. Okay. We have imported sys already, but I'll just copy it at the top. This does not matter since it is cached already, but let's append GlueJob name. So -- job underscore name, and then pass the value as well. So let's call it job name here that we have given. So GlueJob parameters demo. Let me run this cell and run the next one as well, and the next one. So we haven't seen anything here. That is because we are not trying to retrieve this particular parameter or the argument. So let's see what happens now. Let's run the cell and the next one. So here you can see job name. Now you might ask, what happens if I don't give this hyphen? So let's give it a shot. Let's see what this method has to say if we do not have the hyphen. Let me copy this, paste it over here, and rename this to something like maybe test parameter. Well, I'm giving all this in the capital letters, but you can simply give it in the small case as well. Does not matter about the case. So let's simply give it like test arg and test value. Let's try to retrieve this. Oops. Okay, so let me run this particular cell and the next one. So it throws an error. It says the following arguments are required hyphen. So this is the error that the get resolved options gives. So it's a GlueArgument error. So you can always have a try catch block, and in the catch block you can directly have this part like the GlueArgument error instead of having the exception class added there. So let's change this to hyphen and run it again and run this cell again. So we did not get any error now. Let's see what our arguments have. So here it is, test arg. So that is it for this video, guys. If you found this was helpful, hit on the like button, share it with your friends, and Drop your thoughts and the suggestions in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet for more such technical content, and hit on the notification bell so you never miss out any of our latest updates. I thank you for watching. I look forward to meet you guys in the upcoming videos.